Decision, decision defines destiny. Basically, I'll be actually talking from various angles. Basically, how the decision defines the destiny. We take decision every day in our life, but it's not very easy. It's not very easy to take the decision that will bring the destiny. We need to consider some kind of the facts, figures always, and we need to remember how the decision is going to change the destiny. Now that every time when we walk in the life, we see there are so many kind of the problems. We face the problems every day. But did we consider that why we are facing the problem? It is because the decision that we have taken earlier. That is why we are actually facing the problem today. So our present is because of the decision that I have taken earlier. And our future is the decision that I am going to take today. It is the kind of the decision always that actually build the outcome. That is the future that we actually going to build. So there are many angles, many dimensions. So I'll try to explore some of the dimensions here right now. First thing is that it is the time. Time is very expensive in our life. We cannot buy, we cannot sell the time. Only we can wisely invest the time. And if we do not take the right decision in the right point of the time, we cannot bring any kind of the positive outcome, or we cannot bring the destiny. So we need to take the right decision at the right point of time. It's very important. And we have seen we have witnessed many decisions, many historic decisions basically that were taken earlier. I can quote some examples. Because if you see the great war in the Mahabharata, that happened because of the three great warriors, Angraj Karn, Pitama Bhishma, and Guru Drona. But all of them took the decision. All of them took the decision apparently based on their philosophy and principles. And what was the result? Great war and lots of learning for the mankind. All of them took the decision based on their established philosophy. But there was a great devastation. Another angle is that in 90s we took also a decision to liberalize our country, liberalize the economy basically. And what was the outcome? Globalized India. So it is always a decision that somebody takes to bring the destiny. We need to consider that. And next dimensions, we can say that we actually make lots of the relations in our day-to-day life. That relation could be personal, that could be business, or that could be any kind of social relation. But did we ever consider that why some of the relations are not working out? That's also a decision. Every day we need to take the decision to build the relationship. If we do not build the relationship in a proper way, we cannot survive in this world, particularly in this dynamic era. But we never consider. That's a decision we need to take. And when we need to take this kind of the decision, we need to understand our value system, our baseline. It's very important. If our baseline is not matching with the baseline with the other person, we cannot make any good relation. That relation will not be sustainable. So this is also a decision. You need to take decision that whether your baseline is matching with the other person's baseline or not. That is how you can make a sustainable relationship. All these are decisions. Next angle we can say that pain and pleasure. We know that pain and pleasure, it happens in our life. Pain and pleasure goes hand in hand. There cannot be only pain in the life, there cannot be only pleasure in the life. Pain follows pleasure and pleasure also follows pain. This has to happen. But pain is inevitable, it has to happen. It will happen in our life. But suffering is an option. Suffering is your decision. If you want to suffer, you can suffer. If you don't want to suffer, if you take the decision not to suffer, you will not suffer. So that's the kind of the decision that you need to take in your life, to accept the fact whether you want to suffer or not. It's very, very important part. Because lots of the time we complain that we are suffering because of something, nothing is happening. There's a pain in our life, personal life, professional life, or any kind of the things in the life. It has to happen. Pain is inevitable. It will happen. But suffering is always your option. If you want to suffer, you will suffer for the whole life. If you don't want to suffer, you will never suffer. That's the kind of the attitude you have to build. Then that's your decision. Because we know some of the people who never suffer, because their attitude is like that did not actually take the pain inside. So that's a decision they have taken. So it is also a decision. If you take this as kind of the decision, you can bring your destiny, means you can actually build a destiny in your hand. You will never suffer with any kind of the problem. Next, another aspect is that problem solving. That's very common. Because every day we encounter lots of the problems. It's a natural, nothing special. But did we ever consider what is happening? When we actually encounter a problem, means why it is happening, we never consider. Because there is a kind of the relationship with the time. Problem means the nature of the problem and our confidence level. There is a mathematical kind of a relationship. When we actually encounter the problem in the beginning, the problem looks much higher. And our confidence level is not that high. But if you put the consistent effort, then after some time the problem looks much lower and our confidence builds up. So that's the kind of the decision you need to take. When you see the problem first, you should not leave the problem. You should not leave the problem, or you should not leave the hope of solving the problem basically. That's the kind of the decision. That's the kind of the decision. If you put consistent effort for some time being, after some time the problem become much smaller and your confidence level goes up. This is the kind of thing has to happen. Relationship also a problem. Now there are kind of that's also a decision that we need to take to have a kind of the relationship. And basically there are kind of the three things. Those are very important in your life. Basically three important matters that we need to have in our life. What are those things? You should have health, good health, wealth, and career. Career or the relationship. These are the kind of the things that we should have in our life. If we are having this kind of the things in a proper proportion, the person will be happy. So that's also kind of the decision to maintain a good kind of the relationship, maintain your finance and maintain your health. If you are actually maintaining these things in a proper way, definitely you will be a complete person. And that is how you can build the destiny. Health, wealth, relationship, these are the kind of the things that will be a part of your life when you can take the right kind of the decision. But if you are not taking right kind of the decision, then you will suffer. We might have seen many decisions were taken, but those decisions did not make any good, did not bring any good result, because those decisions are not taken on the futuristic way. That's the problem. That is the problem that we have seen. It's a historically proved matter. Now, when actually there is a commitment, then we need to understand there is a difference between the commitment and the interest level. It's very important for us to understand. When actually from my personal experience we can say, earlier I wanted to be actually a motivation speaker and the business coach and all. I was very much interested because I saw lots of the people around. But later on I understood that it is not the only interest. We need to have the commitment in that. It's very important, the commitment. Then that's a decision. Interest is not your decision, but the commitment is your decision. When you actually put the commitment, that time you take the decision to do something. And that's very important. Interest will not take you anywhere else. Only the commitment, your values, your commitment will take. And that's a decision. Naturally when we run actually in any kind of the track for 100 meters, we run for say about some seconds, 12 seconds or 15 seconds like that. But we take preparation for years to do that. So what was the outcome? Running for a few seconds. But the decision was to prepare for that few seconds, and we need to practice it for years. So that's a decision. If you take the proper kind of the decision, you can build the destiny. And it should not get validation, proper validation. You don't need to get the proper validation from the outside. Because lots of the decision we know that actually did not get any proper validation at that point of time. But the person who took the decision, they are very calm, they are very cool, and they are very confident. And that is how that we can bring the destiny. So this is the whole thing we need to consider, that how the things actually work out in our life. There is something called the destiny. Destiny is not a choice, but we cannot answer this question directly because it's very subjective and depends on the circumstances. But decision basically is a choice, it's not a chance. Basically choice among alternatives. We need to choose the things very judiciously. If we choose it, then we can take the right kind of the decision. It's a kind of choice. We born in some family, we got the parents. That there's no choice. We cannot choose our parents. We never asked that why we born in this family. We never. We love our parents unconditionally. That is the destiny. There is no choice. Death is also certain, but we don't know when and how we will die. But life, between birth and the death, that's called life. That is our choice. That is our decision. If you can take the decision in the right way, definitely you can build the destiny. Because the time between your birth and the death should be utilized in such a way and follow kind of the principle like love, serve and give. Then you can make it much more much more reliable. You can make it much more fruitful, and you can devote it to the others. And definitely you can bring the destiny. So it's all the decision. It's all the decision that you need to take. We need to understand that what we are today, that is because the decision that we have taken in the past. And what we will be in tomorrow, that's the decision that we are taking right now. This is simple, very simple. So if we take the right decision, definitely there will be a better future, better outcome. If you take the wrong decision, there will be no outcome. If you plant a cactus tree, you won't be getting apple. Simple. For getting apple, you need to plant apple tree. So if you are not taking the right decision, how can you get the right outcome? It is not at all possible. So that is the thing we need to do, always. This is a very, a very easy matter. If you are traveling in some road, that will take same amount of time, energy, effort, and the outcome will be the same. But if you want to travel in a different road, you need to put a different level of energy. Different level of the outcome will come. So it is very important that if you want to travel in a different road, you need to have a different kind of energy and outcome. Your success depends on your positive energy, your emotion, and your winning habit. That's your decision. That is your also decision. If you want success in your life, you should have lots of the positive energy, emotion, and the winning habit. All these things should be guarded by the winning habits, and that is also your decision. That will create basically a winning pattern within you. That will create a winning pattern with you, and you can get rid of the old pattern. That's we say that success pattern. If you can inbuild this success pattern, if you can actually get this kind of the success pattern within you, definitely you can bring the destiny. Definitely you can do that. So that's the kind of the decision. So from every angle, if we actually judge it, it's a kind of the decision. It's a kind of the decision that we can build a destiny, we can build a positive outcome for our future. Now decision can be made in various ways. Various ways means nowadays with the advancement of software, technology, algorithm, we can take the decision. But we can take the decision based on the intuition and also based on the learning from past. Both are right. Both are right, and we need to take decision in such a way. And destiny is never a chance. Destiny is a choice. It's a choice from alternatives. So you need to choose very carefully and judiciously if you are taking the right decision. If you are not taking the right decision, definitely you will not be getting a good result. And there is no kind of the adjustment here. What you are doing, you will be getting that kind of the result. If you are taking right kind of the decision, definitely positive outcome will come. And the positive outcome means that you build the destiny for you. That will build the destiny for you. This is a very simple equation. So all depends on the kind of the decision that you are taking right now. So we have seen many kind of the examples that is historically proved that lots of the decisions were taken but that in that point of time they did not get any positive feedback or any positive validation. It's not at all required that all your decision should have the positive validation. But your approach should be positive. If you are positive, you are happy to take the decision right now, definitely chances are there that you will build a happy future. Because we cannot control the past. Whatever happened in the past, that has always happened. That already has happened. We do not have any control. We cannot control even the future. We have to accept the future. But centrally we can control the present. If we take the right kind of a decision and control our present, definitely future will be in our hand. So that is how we can control the past, present and the future. Basically past, we cannot do anything with the past. Past is always gone. It has already happened. We need to be detached. Past event can be positive, can be negative. But we need to be detached with that. In present we need to take the judicious decision for the future. And the future, what will come in the future, we need to accept. That's the basic equation, and that is how we actually can build a destiny. To conclude, I can say that means our past is also a decision. Our present is also a decision. Our future is also a decision. Moving with the life is also a decision. Holding back is also a decision. Doing positive is also a decision. Doing nothing is also a decision. You need to decide. Moving means with the life is a proactive kind of the decision. If you are not moving, holding back, it's a kind of the decision that you have taken not to do anything. So you need to decide what you are doing. It's basically our thoughts. We need to rearrange our thoughts in such a way that we can take the proper decision. It's very important for us. It's very important for us that we need to reorganize our thoughts in such a way. And last, not the least, I can say that if you want to take the right kind of the decision, most important thing is that your value system should be in place. If you are not having the ethical value system within you, you will never be able to take any kind of the decision. You should have the right kind of the ethical value system within you. Then only you can get the right kind of the decision, and those decisions definitely will bring the destiny, positive outcome. So this is a very simple matter. The dimensions of the decision that defines the destiny. I just try to explore some of the dimensions. In a nutshell, we can say it is all the decision. It is all the decision that we take in our day-to-day life. And if we take the right kind of the decision, we will be able to bring the destiny. We will be able to get the positive outcome. So that is the whole concept. That is how decision defines the destiny. Thanks.